been advising many global brands and building data strategies to help them start their CDP journey. If you were to advise a brand, let's say it was sort of an insurance brand, as to what the key steps of getting on board, starting of the journey would be, and also how to know if they're ready or not, where to begin, what expectations to set, what would be your words of advice? How would you come at it? And are some brands not ready? And if they aren't, how do we know that? And obviously, what are the steps that you're going to take to kind of get them on board as you go?
Great question. I think, our panelists like Praveen has the journey very well done over a period of time, etc. And they were also having certain amount of modernization. Take insurance industry. If you look at it, the primary bottleneck or their success depends upon their core system. A lot of old insurance companies had a core system that does the underwriting. That means it provides quotes, it issues policies, and then it hands off whenever there is a claim, nets off against what you are entitled for and all that. Lot of the old systems did not bother about keeping these policies or products at the customer level. They kept it at the policy level. Some of the brands, if you want to claim, they will ask you, what's your policy number? They don't identify you as a customer. They want a policy number. I have 5 policies. I have to know which policy I'm claiming against. This became a deterrent. And not many other problems where people were tagging different data based on the time when I bought the policy. I may have bought a policy when I was a student, term policy. Then I'm actually having a health policy later, and then I have additional term life or life policies later. All of this have different data. This is the biggest problem that insurance has. What insurance companies are doing today is first externalizing customer data. This is what is happening. Almost 90 to 95% of the insurance companies, which are traditional. 5% of the companies started with modern initiatives as the beginning, so they don't have a problem because they started with data as a starting point, customer as the center of their universe. So the first step is where this particular process is having the customers separated. In not many cases where they have a CRM system, just like what Praveen said. If they are mature with that, then you can actually immediately start a kind of a CDP project. The second biggest problem that in the insurance world that happens is the B2B2C model, which Srinivas alluded to in his current business, right? Brokers or agents are so protective of their customer base, they do not want the parent companies to directly communicate with them. So this creates additional hassles, right? Though I own a policy data, all the things relating to codes and everything else belongs to my agencies. So how do you actually make sure that that data is at least anonymized and brought so that when you are actually dealing with a similar code or a similar request, this has to be changed. That is another very key problem that an insurance company is battling with. So in short, to come to a CDP level, they should have certain amount of decentralization of customer data outside of their core system. That is the first step, and a lot of them are ready with that. Second is product externalization. That means you don't bind the product. So it's like your core system become a source for every information. Somebody asks, okay, can you give me a code for this product? Then you tell the core system. Core system is not structured to provide real-time feedback. So it will say, thank you for your interest. I will come back to you after 3 days. And 3 days, they may go somewhere else and buy the policies from somebody else. Today, banks became the front end. Just like mutual funds, banks also front-ending insurance companies. So they want quotes to be done now, bound to my credit card statement, and then done with it. All this is necessitating to externalize the data about a customer, and CDP is the opportunity for insurance to do that. The second biggest problem or challenge that they have is identities. So as I was mentioned, I may have 5 policies with 5 different identifiers. email address could be different, phone numbers could be different, or I may just buy for my wife and daughter with my same phone number. So, you can't reach me to the phone number and say, okay, your policy is changing, right? It's come to my phone. It's about my son or my wife or something like that. This is where a CDP allows you to do a bit of mining and then tag, okay, though this is a household, the same policy is bound to the number, but I know that there are different identities. This is another key problem that a CDP can solve. In fact, that will be same with Srinivas also, because in mutual funds, a lot of times I do the investment on behalf of many of my family members or through many of the agents.